DC here, guys and gals. Well, hope you're well. It is Sunday morning. What is it? Oh, it's 20 past 7. It's still early. Yeah. Well, I'm so happy that it's nice and cool. Right now it is 17 degrees Celsius, and it's not going to go over 23 or 25, something like that. Because we've been having, for the last 2 weeks more or less, really hot weather. And with a bit of luck, it might actually rain at the end of the day, and it'll be nice. It'll be nice. You know, it's summer, and it's a hot summer. Mm. Oh, I was reading today. Uh, well, just earlier in the app, which is one of my early morning devotions, was from Our Daily Bread, and it was a story about Walker's Edge. It wasn't a story about Walker's Edge. It was a story about, at one point, I think in the late 1890s, somebody had let out, I think it was 60 European starlings, so small, well, birds, in Central Park in New York. And I guess it was an experiment, so to say, to see how they would feel, in North American in the North American continent. Anyway, in today's world, there's something like, I don't know, hundreds of millions of them now, something like that. And the problem is that they have become very invasive, taking over the nesting places of the birds that were on the continent at the time, and they've created hundreds. What was it? Close to something like 800 million. $800 million, American dollars, a year of damages of different types, be it sicknesses that they've helped to propagate or whatever. Anyway, I mean, how much these numbers are actually completely exact, I don't know. The whole idea behind that, though, was, that sometimes something that we do that seems small, or but the consequences. What is it called again? There's another term, wasn't it? Is it the butterfly effect or something like that? About the wings of a butterfly change the flow of the air, and it changes something else, and it changes something else bigger, and then at the end it has an enormous consequence. Well, it's kind of true. From that, actually, it wasn't in the article today, but from that, some people have said, well, that's why acts of unrequited kindness can help a lot, because you never know what you have done will help further down the chain. And there's a lot of truth to that, actually. There's a lot of truth to that. I've been hearing stories, or been reading also stories lately, about people that have been taken into orphanages and then being adopted. And in today's world, maybe they would have been aborted, but they ended up being, the persons ended up being important people for others, or parents and so on. Now, I'm not trying to make a thesis that you should go out and adopt someone, but it's just interesting, when you think about it. How sometimes acts will change people's lives. Little small things. Yeah, it's interesting. It is. I've been the last few weeks, I've been binge watching the Waltons. Well, I guess you could call it binge watching. Whenever I get a chance, I like to. And I have all the DVDs, but they're on archives.org. it's not easy to find things sometimes on archives.org, but it's unbelievable everything that is there. It is incredible. And actually, they're of very good quality for something that's on. Sometimes the quality is really pretty bad, but this time, no, they're the same quality as you would get on the. I guess they're about 480, something like that, which is not great. But if you're watching it, if you think of VHSs, or even actually what you have on your DVDs, they took them from wherever they took them. They're not actually all that great quality, even though being on a DVD doesn't mean that the quality is good. It means it can, but doesn't mean that it is. Anyway, and I was talking about the Waltons, and I diverted myself by talking about the quality of a video. But I'm in season 6 right now, coming towards the end of season 6, and exactly that is that there's these acts of kindness that come out in that show very often, and these acts of kindness have consequences on people. And you know something? Acts of meanness, same thing. So if you're gonna have to choose between one and the other, I'd just as soon choose the acts of kindness. I guess it comes down to the golden rule, doesn't it? Today I'm the cameraman at church. I'm anxious to see how it's going to go. Okay, we're the first week in the summer vacations over here. First weekend. Because school stopped they stopped school on Friday. Thursday or Friday. Friday, I think. I think that's a week later than in North America. But why I'm saying that is that over at the church, I mentioned that actually the last time, I think, but we used to have 2 services, and now we're going to 1 service on Sunday. It's a lot less workload actually on the staff over there, but and the staff are not paid staff, by the way. And the cameraman usually would have we would film at the 9 o'clock, or film. We still use that word. We do it on the 9 o'clock service. One of the reasons for that is that there were a lot less children, because the children's ministries were at the later service, and it was easier with the camera because we try not to. Well, actually, the only people that we film are the president, so to say, of the service, the person who presides, and can be a man or a woman, and the person who's giving the message and the messages. Those 3 things. And one of the reasons we do that is to not put anybody online, because I've been doing YouTube for years. Many of you have. And it's no big deal. At least I don't find it is, but for many people it is. So, we respect that. So what I'm getting at is that now, since we only have 1 service, it's the whole church family is there, meaning kids as well. So first off, you have to be careful, because some kids run around a bit, so you don't want them banging into to the camera. And the other thing is that you try not to get any particular people. Well, that usually, I find actually, is usually not a big problem. I mean, you're aiming towards where the person is speaking, but especially some of the people that preside don't stay in the usual places, so you kind of have to move around with them, and it can be more complicated because of unwanted people in the video. So yeah, I mean, it is possible to blur them out. There's methods for that, but actually it's a pain. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. And so I'm doing that today. And but it's the first Sunday in the vacation, so there'll probably be less people. Oh, it's my little act of kindness. Oh goodness. I shouldn't say that. That sounds bragging. Anyway, doing that. Oh, I'm up to 10 minutes already. Well, I guess I'll go and finish my coffee and let you at that. Anyway, if you're taking time to spend 10 minutes with me, thank you very much. And I hope that you're having a blessed Sunday. And take care, everybody. LBDC signing off. Bye. And talk to you soon. Bye.